Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetshoes.com, and today we have a surprise for you. We have the new Nexus 6 with us. As you can see, here we have the new Nexus 6, and we are going to do a quick hands-on of this device. This device has been showcased in India at the GOSIS event of Google, which has happened today, and we are here at this event and we have this device in our hands. I have played with the device for approximately half an hour before I'm going to give you all my initial impressions for this particular device, a kind of a quick review which I would like to say for this device. I really like this device in terms of the overall form factor. Again, the form factor is big. It is definitely a phablet. It is definitely not a device which you would like to use it with one hand, although you can use it, but the display is pretty big. It is a 6-inch display which we have on this phone, and again the display clarity and the quality is very good. It accepts a nano SIM just like the new Motorola Moto X which we have seen earlier. As far as the rear is concerned, the rear is again a matte finish back cover which again cannot be removed. This phone also does not have the micro SD memory card slot. So let's start and take a deep dive over the phone as far as specifications concerned and the software UI as well. Now here we have the Nexus 6 box, and as you can see, this is how the package will look like for the 32GB variant which we have with us. This is the Indian retail package which you will get in India. As far as specifications and other details are concerned, here we have the net quantity which includes a device inside with a battery inside, and the battery cannot come out. It is a unibody device. And then we have some other information. Here we have the Nexus 6 and the model number of the device is XT1100, and this is the 32GB variant which we have with us. And let me just open this package for you and show you. This is how the package look like from the front side. On the edges it is like this, and we have this paper over here which you need to cut from this side as well as this side to open the box. And here we have the image of the Nexus 6 as well being displayed. And once you open the package, the things which you get inside the package is going to be the Nexus 6, which is the case. And this is the 32GB variant which we have with us, which comes within the package. Apart from this, you have some user manuals which will come even in Hindi as well, in case you would like to see that. You have safety and warranty guide in English, and you have some Motorola user guide as well for this phone. Apart from this, what else we have in the package are these two things, which include not only these two things but three things, which includes these headphones which come within the package, and these are like very nicely designed Motorola new headphones. And the sound quality from these headphones is also going to be good enough, and I'm going to test that once I do the full review of this device. They look very good in terms of the design, and this is how the mic module look like. It has a button to take the call, it has a mic over inside, and this is how the audio lead look like. The headphones look very good in terms of the quality and in terms of sound as well. This should be good. We will test that later. Apart from this, you also get this Indian pin charger which will come within the package, and this charger is 1.6 ampere output current charger, and it has a turbo mode as well, in which it can give you 1.2 ampere. So this is how the current rating look like. I don't know whether you can see that, but it has different kind of output current rating. For the standard output, it will give you 1.6 ampere output current on this device. I don't know whether you can read that, but for turbo 1 and turbo 2, you will get 1.6 ampere and 1.2 ampere, and it is again made in China. And this is how the charger look like. It has the Motorola branding over here as well. And then we have the micro USB cable which can be used for data syncing and charging, which also come within the package, and it is a standard one. And these are all the things which you will get within the package of the Nexus 6, which you will get in India, which you can buy from Flipkart. And again, the pre-orders are already there. You can pre-order it. Right now, for those who have pre-ordered, they are getting their devices by today or tomorrow. And this is all we have as far as package contents are concerned for Nexus 6. Now taking a look over the Nexus 6, one thing which I can say is that this device feels solid when you hold it in one hand. You have metal edges just like you have seen on the new Moto X. You have metal edges on this phone as well. In terms of the overall size, this phone definitely is a very big phone to hold in one hand. We have 13 megapixel camera at the back with the same kind of flash structure which we have seen on the new Moto X. You have Motorola branding as well, apart from the Nexus branding on this device. Again, this device is manufactured by Motorola. On the edges, on the bottom, you see that we have a micro USB port for data syncing and charging, and we have a primary microphone over here, and we do have secondary microphone as well on this device, which is over here on the flash grill at the rear camera. At the top, we have the 3.5mm audio jack. We have a SIM card tray slot over here, which will accept a nano SIM. It is a single SIM device. You cannot use two SIM cards. And on this side, we can see that we have these volume button and the volume rocker and the power and sleep key. Both of these buttons are the same kind of buttons which you might have seen on the new Moto X. So this button is again a plastic button, and whereas this button is a metallic button which we have, and there is a slight amount of metal graving over there so that you have a very nice grip on the power and sleep key which we have on this phone. On the front we can see that the front of the phone also looks the same as we have seen on the new Moto X. So this is how the front profile of the phone look like. It is definitely bigger in terms of the display size, but you can hold it in one hand and you can use it as well. The overall UI is again very fluid. It is running the latest version of Android Lollipop, that is Android 5.0.1, which we have on this device. And again, all the Nexus devices, and this is something which I would like to tell you, that all the Nexus devices will come with not only Android Lollipop 5.0, but they will come with Android Lollipop 5.0.1, which is the latest version. So this is the case, and this is how the UI look like. You can easily unlock the phone. Let's take a look of the front before we take a look of the software. On the front, at the bottom, we have the nice metallic key. This is actually the loudspeaker, not the earpiece. We do have a prime microphone over here at the bottom, whereas we have the loudspeaker over here at the bottom on the front on Nexus 6, and on the top on the front we have the earpiece. I'm not sure whether this is actually a loudspeaker as well. We will just confirm that. We have the 2 megapixel front camera, which is a fixed focus camera, and this is how the home screen look like. So the overall form factor of the phone is again kind of big enough, but again this phone does not weigh very heavy. Even when it is a 6-inch phone, it is around 184 gram, which is considerable in terms of the weight. The back is again kind of curved. As you can see, it is having a curved back, which again will give you a very nice grip with this matte finish back cover which is there on the device. And the Nexus branding is there in chrome, which looks very nice, which looks very nice in terms of the overall look and feel at least. In terms of the phone thickness, this phone is not very thick, but it goes thicker, especially at this point. The back cover is again curved, but the thickness actually get increased over here, and it is approximately 10.1 millimeter as far as thickness which we have on this phone on this middle part is concerned. But again, it has a curved back cover, so it becomes fairly easy to hold in one hand, and it has a very nice grip as well. Once you hold it in one hand, it won't slip out of your hand very easily. Now let's take a look over the software UI which we have on this phone, which is the most interesting part for many people out there. So it is running Android Lollipop, as you can easily see. As far as phone dialer is concerned, I can show you the phone dialer on this Android Lollipop look and feel. Again, the phone dialer has been changed in terms of the look and feel. You have this numpad over there with which you can easily dial the number. Again, you do not have the option of making a video call on the default version of Lollipop. If you have it on the Nexus 6, you do not have the option of making a cellular video call, which is the case. Apart from this, every other application is kind of very responsive and very fast in terms of the overall interface. There is no lag which I can notice. This is how the messaging application interface look like. You have all contacts over here. You have frequent contacts to which you actually send your message, and you can compose a new message easily without any issues by just tapping over here. And this is how the keyboard look like. The keyboard is again the new keyboard which we have with Android Lollipop, and again this keyboard does allow you to do swipe to type, and it has pretty good keys. The keys are again not distinguished with each other. They are not separated with those small rectangular blocks which we have seen earlier. They are kind of simple keyboard with these keys, and you can get a pop-up as well. Whenever you press any key, you get a pop-up, which is the case, and you can easily type on this device with swipe to type. It does give you these suggestions at the top, which again will make typing pretty easy and smooth enough on this phone. In terms of typing, I can say that this is one of the best phone as far as the phablet is concerned for typing, and you can easily type on this device without any issues. You can always type in the landscape mode as well. Again, the 6-inch display this phone has is pretty big to have this QWERTY keyboard on. So the big QWERTY keyboard on this device allows you to type even with thick or thin fingers on this device without any issues, even in portrait mode. Here we have the touch capacitor buttons, which are again changed in terms of the overall look and feel. This is the home button, this is the back key, and this is the all application key, or the multitasking key, you can say. Here we have the multitasking menu, which is again kind of fluid. I do not see any kind of lag in this UI, and this UI is responsive enough. There is no problem with the device. You can easily kill application, you can switch in between application, and you can also see what is happening on all these applications with the help of these thumbnails which are there for each and every application out there. Now let's take a look over the notification center, and this is how the notification center look like, which comes with these toggles over there. There are no notification as of now, but these are the toggles which you have on this device, which includes the toggle for the flashlight, for location. You have toggle for the wireless display as well, and you do have toggle for auto rotate as well. airplane emergency mode, and you can turn on and turn off the Bluetooth. You have brightness over here, and again automatic brightness is also supported on this phone. Let's take a look at the settings, and you do have this profile section over there with which you can add multiple people on this particular device, with which they can actually have different home screen, and they just need to create their own profile. You can add a different new user, you can have a guest profile as well, and you can specify which all application they can use with this feature, which is again part of the Android Lollipop. And here we have the settings UI. The settings UI is again kind of different in terms of the overall look and feel. It is not the same UI which we have seen earlier, and there is a nice animation as well when you scroll down or when you scroll up, which is happening over here at the top as well as at the bottom whenever I do it. Let's take a look at the version of Android. So the version of Android, as I told you, which is coming pre-installed on the Nexus 6, which will come in India, is going to be Android 5.0.1. So it is 5.0.1, which is the Android Lollipop which we have on this device. Nexus, the model number of the device is Nexus 6, and here we have other options, and you do have system updates as well, and you will get system updates on this device much faster than any other device out there in the market. All the future updates for Android will get to this device before they hit to any other device. Let's take a look at the storage scenario. Again, the 32GB storage model and the 64GB storage model is going to be available in India, and this one which we have with us is the 32GB variant. And out of the 32GB, you will get approximately 22.31GB available to the user for installing application and storing picture, videos and other data. This much amount of applications are coming pre-installed, and they will take some amount of storage on the phone, and there is no micro SD card slot, so you cannot expand the storage on this device. You also have tap and pay support on this device with the help of NFC, and NFC is also there on this phone. And you have user section over here in which you can add multiple users and create different profiles. Here we have the battery information. On the battery information, you can see that which all applications are consuming battery, and you can optimize that, and you do have that data available on this device, which is a very good thing. Apart from this, we have display settings over there. On the display settings, we can control the brightness level. We do have support for automatic brightness, and when it comes to wallpaper support, you have support for live wallpaper, photos, static wallpapers, but there is no support for video wallpaper. You can make them supported with the help of third-party application, and you do have support for wireless display as well. I don't know whether you can see that there is a support for wireless display on this device. Now here we have the display settings. On the display settings, we can see that we can control the brightness level. We also have support for adaptive brightness on this device, which is replaced with automatic brightness. So automatic brightness is no longer there with this name. Adaptive brightness is the new word, and this adaptive brightness, whenever it is turned on, it will adjust the brightness of the display as per the environment in which you are using the phone. You have support for wallpaper over here. You can use a live wallpaper, static wallpaper, but you cannot use a video wallpaper by default. You have to install third-party application for the same. And you have ambient display as well. Ambient display will allow you to wake up the screen when the device is picked up or whenever the notification arrive on the phone. So any of these two things happen, the ambient display on this device, just like you see on the Moto X, the same will happen over here. It will display you those notifications without you needing to basically check out those notifications. It will automatically wake up the screen and it will display those notifications, and whenever you pick the device display will automatically get turned on. Now here we have support for tethering as well. You have support for creating a portable Wi-Fi hotspot on the Nexus 6. You can insert a nano SIM inside and you can create a Wi-Fi hotspot using the 3G SIM card which you have inside. You have support for Bluetooth tethering, and USB tethering is also supported on this phone. And as we already told you, you have support for NFC as well, and you can also specify which default application you would like to use for SMS. Now here we have the application scenario, and the application scenario in terms of the overall look and interface, it has been changed. Now it gives you how much of applications are using the RAM, how much of system is using the RAM. So system is using approximately 631 MB of RAM on this device, which you can see over here, and applications are using around 401 MB of RAM on this device, and this device has 3 GB of RAM. So approximately 2 GB or 1.9 GB to be very precise is free on this device, so that you can install multiple applications and heavy games on this phone, and they will run perfectly fine with the Adreno 420 GPU which we have on this device. We have a very good processor as well. We have Snapdragon 805 processor, which is a 2.7 GHz quad-core processor which we have on this phone, and it is carried 450 cores. Again, this processor with this kind of GPU can actually give you a very good performance for gaming as well as for multimedia. Now here we have location services, and in terms of the location services toggle and the settings, nothing has been changed. The location services just need to be on, and you can use this device for GPS navigation without any issues. It does have magnetic field sensor and all other sensors which are required for GPS navigation. So as far as all the application which you will get pre-installed, these are all the application which you will get pre-installed. This will include Google applications like Calendar, Google Camera, you will get Google Chrome, you will get pre-installed. You will have all the Google application, and you also have Google Fit application, which is again not very functional here in India, but they have provided this application on this device. So that means you will be able to use Google Fit as well on this device once you buy Nexus 6 in India. Apart from this, you have Google settings over here, you have Google Keep, another application, and there is all the application which you get on this device are coming from Google. So you have all these applications which will give you the kind of a perfect pure Google experience in case you would like to have it from the Nexus 6. Now let's take a look over the camera UI on this phone, and again we have Google Camera application which is coming pre-installed, which you can use as a camera application. And again, this is the latest version of Google Camera application, so you do get some new features as well, which we will just highlight. So this is how the front camera UI look like, and again from the front camera you can take decent shots, if not too good shots, and this is how the front camera UI look like. Let me just take a photo of myself. So I've just taken the photo and I can show you the same. So this is how the photo will look like, especially when you take a photo from the front camera on this device. And again, we were against light, still it has captured photo pretty effectively in terms of details and in terms of clarity. Everything has been captured very nicely. This is another photo which we have taken, and this photo looks good in terms of details. As a front camera photo from the 2 megapixel device, which you can 2 megapixel camera which we can see as of now, it is a pretty good photo in terms of clarity as well as in terms of details, and you can take pretty good selfies from the front camera on the Nexus 6. Now here we have some camera options, as you can see, which allows you to use the camera on the front in the video mode. I can use the lens blur mode, you have panorama mode, and you also have photo smear mode, and all these things are there. In case I would like to access more settings, I just need to tap on that, and then you can specify the save location for the photos. And here we have advanced settings in which you do have manual exposure as well. So you do have support for manual exposure on this device as far as the front camera is concerned, and the front camera quality is going to be 2.1 megapixel in terms of the resolution of the photos. It is going to be taken at 16:9 aspect ratio. The back camera can actually record high definition video at 1080p, and the front camera can also record high definition video at 1080p, and the rear camera is a 13 megapixel camera. So let me just take a look over the 13 megapixel camera on this device. We have already taken a look over the front camera. Now let's take a look over the quality which we can get from the 13 megapixel camera. So let me just toggle to the rear camera, and before I do that, I can take one more selfie from the front camera. And again, this time I'm in flow of the light, and there is a lot of light falling on my face from the side, and this time it should take a better selfie. Let me just take this selfie again. So I've taken this photo, and this is how the photo looks like. As you can see, this time it has captured the selfie pretty effectively, very nicely, I would say, in terms of clarity, in terms of details, and in terms of color production. This selfie is looking very better as compared to the one which I have, the ones which I showed you earlier. Let me just toggle to the rear camera. So we have the rear 13 megapixel camera from which we are going to take some photos. This is how the 13 megapixel camera look like, and it does have autofocus as well, which it will do. It will take the photos in a very good resolution, and I can take a photo of this dashboard over here and show you the same. So we have just taken the photo, and this photo has been taken again in low light scenario, and the photo looks pretty good in terms of clarity as well as in terms of details. The 13 megapixel camera and at the back side of this device is doing a pretty good job, especially to capture pretty good photos. And again, the camera interface is also good enough to capture these photos quickly. As far as camera shutter is concerned, it is pretty quick. You can take multiple photos pretty quickly on this device without any issues, and the clarity which you will get on these photos is also very nice. You can also record high definition video from the rear camera. So as you can see, right now we are playing a YouTube video from our channel, and this video is getting played in high definition resolution. I can confirm the same. So it is getting played at 720p. The loudspeaker which we have on this device is also fairly loud. Viewing angles are also good enough. You can see the display from extreme angles without any issues. It is pretty loud in terms of the sound. The sound is coming from here and here. So if you block both of these, then only the sound will get blocked. Otherwise, the sound will keep coming from here or from here. So it does have two loudspeakers over here. One over here at the earpiece section, and one over here at the bottom section of the phone. And viewing angles and the overall loudness of the sound which comes out of the device, both are pretty good. So that's all from us as far as the quick hands-on review and preview of the Google Nexus 6. As far as initial expressions are concerned, I really like this device in terms of the overall form factor. The camera quality from the rear camera is very nice. The front camera quality is also very decent, even it is a 2 megapixel camera. The display clarity is good enough. You have pretty good viewing angles. The display quality is also good. The color protection is good enough. The overall performance of the device as far as UI is concerned is also very smooth. There is no lag which I can notice. It has 3 GB of RAM and a very powerful processor as well. The display also have Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection, so it will not get the scratches very easily, but fingerprints will be visible. As you can easily see, there are a lot of fingerprints on this device. It has an AMOLED capacitive touchscreen display, so the color are very nice and look very good on this particular device. The overall color profile of the device as far as the default theme is concerned is very nicely maintained, so it does not give a stress on your eyes, and it looks very smooth, very good in terms of the overall colors. The overall weight of the device is also not very heavy. Even when it is a 6-inch phablet device, it is around 184 gram, which is pretty good for a device like this, I would say. Thickness of the device is again 10.1 millimeter, but that is only on the middle part of it. The overall profile of the device in terms of thickness is not that high. The edges are kind of slimmer, as you can see, and again they are made up of metal, so the build quality on this device is as good as you might have seen on the new Motorola Moto X. So in all, I can say that this is a pretty good device. Again, it is going to be very costly. 32 GB variant cost approximately 45,000 rupees, for which you can buy, and it is in high demand. So in case you have any questions for this device, we would love to help you. You can leave your questions in the comment section below. You can like this video help you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.